Good morning, students, staff, and family members, and welcome all to today's lecture session. Today would have been our first YouTube live session, but we want to ensure the safety of your privacy is withheld. Comment below if you have any questions that arise during my presentation today. Now today we will be discussing about cancer. Let's talk about a little bit of the historical patterns that we see in cancer. Does anybody know when the first case happened? So the first documented case happened in ancient Egypt around 1500 BC. BC means before Christ. They recorded on papyrus, which is a material similar to thick paper that was used in ancient times as a writing surface. It is made from the pith, a spongy white tissue lining of the rod of the papyrus plant. What do you think caused cancer? There are two early theories they had for this unknown disease. What are theories? A theory is an idea or concept that can be proven or disproven through scientific experiment. The first theory was called the black bowel theory by a guy named Hippocrates. He was a Greek physician. He said that the human body contains blood, phlegm in your body. All four liquids have to be balanced in your body. If any unbalance occurred, then you would begin to get sick or you would get cancer. That was the first theory that came about. Now the second theory, called the lymph theory, replaced the black bowel theory, which states that life was believed to consist of continuous or appropriate movement of fluid parts of the body through solid parts of the body. Of all fluids, the most important fluids were blood and the lymph. It is theorized that the cancer tumors were composed of hardened lymphs. Now, lymphs are just a white liquid that goes through your body that contain white blood cells. Recognizing cancer. How did we realize that this was cancer and not any other disease? Now, what does recognize mean? Meaning to understand, to see. So when I see something, I know I'm looking at you, so I know you're a human being. I recognize that you are a human being. I realized. How did we know that this was cancer and not any other disease? Through autopsies. An autopsy is a post-mortem or after-death examination. What scientific equipment helped jumpstart research and development in the cancer field? The microscope, invented in the 16th century, helped medical scientists look at the body like never before. How did they treat cancer back then? Using basic surgery that are similar to the ones today, but you had a greater risk of infection and death because back then they didn't have the resources that we have now. They also used home remedies. A remedy is a medicine or a treatment for a disease or injury. Have you ever put Neosporin on a cut? That's kind of like a home remedy. Or have you ever had a sore throat and your mom made tea, or your dad or your mom and dad made tea for you? That's a home remedy. So they use a remedy which included herbs and minerals to assist people with cancer. But during this time, the remedies would only suppress the pain, the source of cancer. What does source mean? It means place, person, or thing from which something comes or can be obtained. So the original, the origin of something. So what is the origin of cancer? The main thing that causes cancer is carcinogens. Carcinogens is a substance capable of causing cancers in living tissues. Biological or internal factors such as age or your gender, environmental exposures to radiation or UV radiation. UV radiation is caused by the sun. So diet and physical activities, what you eat and how much you exercise can determine if you get cancer or not. There are foods that contain carcinogens like processed meats, dairy products like milk and eggs are linked to cancer. And finally, smoking tobacco. Now let's watch a short video on what happens when you smoke tobacco.
Let's talk about what smoking cigarettes can do to your lungs. For one, smoking can cause both immediate and long-term damage. The chemicals in cigarette smoke reach your lungs quickly every time you inhale. Your blood then carries the toxic chemicals to every organ in your body. Smoking can damage and destroy cilia, the tiny hairs that line your airways and sweep out mucus and dirt to keep your lungs clear. Once you lose enough cilia from smoking, you get smoker's cough. Teens who smoke can develop smaller, weaker lungs that never grow to their potential size and never perform at maximum capacity. If your lungs can't perform to full capacity, you can't either, and the effects on lungs don't stop there. Of every 100 lung cancer deaths, over 80 are the result of smoking. Cigarette smokers are up to 20 times more likely to develop lung cancer than non-smokers. Here's the good news. If you stay away from cigarettes, you can save your lungs from the deadly effects of smoking.
So please, kids, stay away from smoking. You saw the short video. There are various types of cancers. What does various mean? Do you know? It means different from one another, of different kinds of sorts. So there's different kinds of sorts of cancer. So how many different types of cancers do you think there are? There are over 200 various types of cancers known today. These are the top 5 cancers that we deal with today. Skin cancer, the abnormal growth of skin cells, most often develop on skin exposed to the sun. But this is a common form of cancer that can occur on areas of your skin not ordinarily exposed to sunlight. Lung cancer, like shown in the video before, is a uncontrollable growth of abnormal cells in one or both of your lungs. As they grow, the abnormal cells can form tumors and interfere with your functioning of the lungs, which provide oxygen to your body via the blood. Prostate cancer is a tumor of the prostate gland, a walnut size. This is the size of a walnut size organ located in front of a man's rectum and below the bladder. African American men are twice as likely to get prostate cancer than any other man. We also have breast cancer. Have you ever been to the walk for breast cancer? I know it got shut down this year because of the coronavirus, but I usually go every year with my mother because my grandmother had breast cancer and we go for her to support. And brain cancer. Statistics on cancer. Estimated new cancer cases in the U.S. in 2020. So this is up to date. Males, there's an estimated of 893,660 new cases. Females, there's even more cases estimated, 912,930. So 21% of males will get prostate cancer, lung cancer, colon, urinary bladder, melanoma of the skin. 30% of females, which is the highest number, will get breast cancer. 12% will get lung or bronchus cancer. 8 and 9, that's pretty much the same, colon and rectum, 8 and 9%, so females and males. That's a lot of people getting infected by cancer. So we have to do what we can do. Learn about it, study it, research, develop new medicines, and become a more united front for cancer research and cancer development. And it starts today with me teaching you about how cancer is related to technology and how cancer is affecting humans today. The second graph is the estimated cancer death in the U.S. in 2020. So these are the estimated cases. So we have 893,660 cases for males, and they're predicting 321,160 people of this number will die due to cancer. It's very unfortunate 23% will die from lung and bronchus cancer. 22%, as you can see from these two graphs, that lung cancer is killing more U.S. citizens than any other cancer combined, men and women. Is there a cure for cancer? No, but overall cancer rates are declining. You couldn't see that in the previous graph because these are predictive graphs given to me from medical institutes. This means that scientists and doctors are improving the treatment of cancer. You know, they're getting better. Research is getting better. The development is getting better. There's getting more funding to facilities like UPMC, the Hillman Cancer Center. We need young and inspired minds like yours to continue to help fight this battle against cancer. Your inventive ideas and imaginations may help solve the mystery that no one ever could do before. Now, let's talk about treatments that are used today's practice of treating cancer. The new innovative solutions to cancer. Cancer treatments today, just like back then, are harsh and can take a person to their limits that they don't know. So, if you do know anybody who has cancer or is in cancer treatment, please reach out to them and give them your support verbally, maybe coming to the hospital and seeing them. Any type of support can help during cancer treatments. First is chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is a drug treatment that uses powerful chemicals to kill fast-growing cells in your body. Chemotherapy is most often used to treat cancer since cancer cells grow and multiply much more quickly than most cells in the body. Radiation or radiation therapy uses high energy particles or waves such as X-rays, gamma rays, electron beams, or protons to destroy or damage cancer cells. But cancer cells grow and divide faster than most normal cells. Radiation works by making small breaks in the DNA inside cells. Previously, we talked about surgery back then. Now, surgery now is more safe, less risk of infections, death, or any other complications that occur during surgery. Things because of devices and technology, such as the surgical robot that we discussed last week. But surgery is still using the same techniques back then, but using better devices and other technology and equipment to be able to get tumors out before they spread to other organs of your body. Ways to support: go to the Cancer Walk, but you can also donate to St. Jude's or go to your local hospital and they will have a section for donations for cancer treatments or cancer patients. How can you help the fight against cancer? Be anti-cancer. Stay away from cigarettes. Please do not smoke or inhale any type of smoke. And also stay away from people that are smoking, because there is a thing called secondhand smoke, where if you're in the same area of a person smoking, you can inhale the carcinogenic gases that they're puffing. Wear sunscreen. This can prevent skin cancer and reduce your chances of getting cancer. Get checked out with your doctor regularly, and also trust him and believe that he knows what he's doing, because in today's age, doctors are more knowledgeable and they have more equipment to suit whatever problem that you have. Stay fit and active and healthy. Please stay away from processed meats. I know it's hard because that's what we eat sometimes if you're not a vegetarian or a pescatarian. There's still cancer cells in fish and other poultries, chicken and other stuff. So try to eat organically. That's the best way you can go. Eat organic meats, organic eggs, organic milks. That's the best way to go. And also stay active. I know in quarantine it's hard because there is no gym open, but there is home workouts that you can do, push-ups, sit-ups. All the calisthenic workouts are still available for you to do. You don't have to go to the gym, or you can go to a track and run. You can go on a little walk around your neighborhood. Just stay active and be as fit as possible, because cancer is unforgiving, and staying active will decrease your chances. Careers against cancer. Now, these aren't just the only careers that you can dive into. There are also other careers other than oncology and histologists. There are also researchers. There's also developers. Start with a histologist who identifies the bad tissue that develops in your body and some bad tissues can lead to cancer. Or an oncologist, who is a doctor who treats cancer and provides medical care for a person diagnosed with cancer. The field of oncology has the three major areas: medical, surgical, and radiation. A medical oncologist treats cancer using chemotherapy or other medicines, such as radiation treats cancer through radiation therapy, which is using x-rays to figure out what's wrong or what's in your body, where's the tumor at, or where's your cancer cells at. Surgical is very simple. They do the surgery and try to remove as much as the tumor or cancer that's in your body. So you want to be an oncologist. So just like a surgeon in the previous week, you have to finish primary school. Then once you finish primary school, which means your regular education, K through 12, then you have to figure out what college you want to go to. Once you graduate college, then you have to go to pre-med and graduate from pre-med. That's another 4 years. You have to go back to school and get your medical doctorate. That's another 5 years and graduate. And also, that's not listed in here, you also have to do your RN, your residency stay, where you stay underneath a medical professional and learn from them. There's not too many young individuals that dream of being an oncologist, but we need more forward-thinking people, because careers like oncologists are so important to fight different types of diseases and viruses. So thank you, and I hope you learned a lot about cancer and what it's about and how we can treat it and where did it come from. Learn in the comments below. Tell me something new that you learned from this presentation. And if you have any questions, please contact me at my email at agarrett, GARRETT @ulpgh.org. Thank you, and have a great day. And tomorrow we will do an experiment on cancer.